Hello, welcome to your latest update from the Met Office on Storm Dennis, arriving this weekend. The winds perhaps not quite as strong as Storm Kira last weekend, but nevertheless, they could be disruptive. And we have amber weather warnings in force for the rainfall. There's a real threat of further flooding this weekend as Storm Dennis arrives. Just like Kira, that storm system developing off the eastern sides of Canada. At this stage, well, nothing too intense about that storm, but it will really intensify over the next 6 to 12 hours. Ahead of it, there's another swirl, another low pressure system heading towards Iceland, and its weather fronts are bringing some rain around during Friday afternoon. This band of rain slowly trudging from west to east. Much of eastern England staying dry through the rest of Friday, but increasingly cloudy. Brighter skies for Scotland and Northern Ireland this afternoon. Some sunshine. There will still be blustery showers in the northwest. It's quite mild out there, but it doesn't feel all that mild as the winds continue to strengthen, and particularly if you're stuck under this rain band this afternoon over southern parts of Wales and southwest England. Now, eventually that rain will spread into East Anglia and the southeast of England, turning quite wet here through the night. Elsewhere, a few showers over northwest England, but for many it's a dry night. Could be some frost across parts of Scotland under clear skies. But then we start to see the winds picking up in the west, and this is the first real signs of Storm Dennis. As I say, between now and Saturday morning, that storm system will have travelled across the Atlantic and really intensified. Again, it heads north, but look at the weather fronts moving across the country throughout the weekend. The isobars always remain pretty close together, and even on Monday, Dennis is still around. So 2 or 3 days of potentially severe weather from this storm system. Let's look at Saturday in detail. Showery rain across much of England and Wales. Here comes the first band of rain from Dennis. Heavy rain moving in most parts of the UK. By Saturday lunchtime, looking wet and windy. The winds across the country likely to reach 40 or 50 miles an hour, even inland. Not quite as strong as Kira last weekend, but because of damage, because things have been weakened after a lively week of weather, those kind of gusts could still cause some disruption. And around coast, gusts of 60 to 70 miles an hour. Again, some large waves, some overtopping, some coastal flooding, particularly across parts of southwest Scotland. And some flooding likely from the rain as well, because you can see here bright colours, particularly over western hills. Heavy rain persisting for much of Saturday. Temperature-wise, well, again, double digits across the board, so quite mild, really, but not feeling all that mild with the wet and windy weather, which will persist across parts of England and Wales on Saturday night. It does turn a bit drier across Scotland and Northern Ireland, but especially this line of rain lingering over Northern England and North Wales is likely to exacerbate the flooding situation. The winds always remain pretty lively also. So there are a number of weather warnings in force. Let's deal with Saturday's first of all. A number of amber rain warnings. We're particularly concerned about that rain falling onto saturated ground, causing more flooding and disruption. But there are also wind and rain warnings, and in some locations both yellow across a large chunk of the country on Saturday. By Sunday, many of those warnings are still in force, particularly those amber rain warnings. The winds may ease for a time across Scotland and Northern Ireland, but then they're likely to pick up again on Sunday afternoon. So we have another wind warning in force here. At the same time, across England and Wales, the winds should be easing a bit by Sunday afternoon, but all the while that rain's still falling. So again, those amber rain warnings are still in force. There's the chart for Sunday. Heavy rain across the south, slowly perhaps easing through the day. Brighter skies further north. There'll be some sunshine around on Sunday, and the winds will ease at least for a time, but there'll be a whole host of showers packing in to the northwest. Feeling a bit cooler here on Sunday as well, whereas again in the south, temperatures in double digits and possibly into the teens. But the winds then start to strengthen once more across the northwest. As I said, there's a lot going on with Storm Dennis. Make sure you stay up to date with the latest warnings. This storm will affect different parts of the country at different times. But the main headlines: heavy rain, flooding is likely, and those gusty winds are likely to cause further disruption too. Those weather warnings, you can see them on our website by downloading our app, or of course the very latest by following us on social media.